The Armor One mat sinking project was really conceived to use robotics and automation to reinforce the levees along the Mississippi River from the southern tip of Illinois down to the Gulf. There's hundreds of billions of dollars of commerce that move up and down the Mississippi annually, and this is really a way to make sure that free flow of commerce continues, because there's millions of acres of farmland, millions of people living in population centers up and down the river, and really a solid levee system makes all of those lives and farmland continue to be profitable. In addition, there's been people that have gone overboard and actually died in the river. It's really dangerous work.
And the system would take 300 workers just to work on top, and they would have to carry these 100-pound devices as they would try to tie this mat together and then launch it. Basically, you're on a giant treadmill of concrete as 2 tons of concrete are swinging through the air. We need something to be better, faster, stronger, more agile, and actually be safer so we don't have to put these people at risk.
They came to us with a white sheet of paper saying, help us solve a problem that we can't on our own solve. So this is taking a problem from scratch and really solving it with a multidisciplinary team. So the end game, we knew this from the beginning of their problem, is coming up with a robotic solution to the mat sinking unit. So every part of those disciplines came together thinking about the end game always.
This was the Phase 4 prototype 2-arm system, which is scaled down from the final design, which will be 6 arms. Salas O'Brien is currently building the robotic components for the final system that will be implemented on the water. Once those components are completed, the system will be integrated onto the barge, and then testing will occur to validate all the robotic systems and finally transition it into production use.
There's the physical structure itself and all of the intricacies there, and there's the software and robotics side of things. It all works, robotically to where it coordinates and 2 motors moves back and forth and they can stow the arm. And then you have the carriages that just ride back and forth across the arm, and their entire job is to raise and lower the lifting frame. And all the lifting frame does is hook the concrete mats and pick them up and drop them. So each individual component isn't that complicated. It's just them all working in coordination together in that beautiful symphony to really get the mats built.
Armor One is really unique in that we wrote the very first lines of code for it, and we had to grow it from nothing. We have 3 main phases that run when we're building a mat. We have placement, alignment, and tying.
Coordination of the mat is moving down, the gantry is moving up, and then all the individual units have to plunge, and then they match the speed of the gantry as they're tying, and then they come back up. That coordination is really cool to watch.
While we're tying, we can also be placing. So we have this parallel system in place that will make our process more efficient and move faster.
The collaboration between us, our machine shop, our business partners and other machining companies, and Salas O'Brien has been the fun part, because you get to interact with all these different pieces of the puzzle that can go through and make a system. And it was really cool just to, once they were completed, to walk over there to the warehouse and just see, all 54 robots just lined up, and they all look exactly the same. It's a really cool thing to see.
We are currently assembling this system down in Louisiana. Steps ahead is we're going to actually be testing. We have code, we have algorithms, we have about 3 months of just sole testing. And after that point, we're going to hand it over to client. And at that point, they're going to now have this new machine that came out of R&D and is now actually commercialized product, and they can actually utilize, and it's going to save the river. It's going to keep a lot of houses from going underwater and also keep our infrastructure in place so we can actually have ships travel.
Technology is going to be a piece that we have to evolve to in our practice areas. So leaning forward, making those investments, thinking about how to keep on the cutting edge of our profession, I believe is one of those future areas for us to focus on. So I think as long as we keep clients first and we keep evolving our skill sets to meet those client needs, I think we can take on bigger and larger challenges as we move forward. That's what I get really excited about.